The 80s and in the 90s, if you were looking to lose weight and have a little fun while doing it, there was only one person you'd turn to. Today, we are remembering Richard Simmons, the larger-than-life TV star who redefined fitness as we know it.
He was the world's most energetic fitness guru who started an aerobics revolution. Reviving fitness regimes one tape at a time.
That's it! You're doing fantastic!
Richard Simmons sashayed into the spotlight in the 80s. As a former overweight teenager, he was determined to do for others what he'd done for himself.
I just say, number one, love yourself. Number two, watch your portions. And number three, move every day.
He went on to host an Emmy-winning daytime show, which was seen in America and around the world. But it was his Sweatin' to the Oldies series which solidified his stardom, selling almost $300 million worth of tapes. And his popular weight loss program earning over $200 million more.
When I originally put Deal a Meal on TV, it became the hottest 2-minute info commercial on television.
Simmons shaking his way into every corner of pop culture.
Release the robotic Richard Simmons.
But in 2013, the TV star became a recluse, with documentaries and podcasts investigating his disappearance. He eventually opened up about his withdrawal from the public eye.
No, I'm not kidnapped. I just want everyone to know that I love them very much. But it's time right now for Richard Simmons to take care of Richard Simmons.
After a skin cancer diagnosis earlier this year, Richard was found unresponsive by his housekeeper in his home in the Hollywood Hills, just one day after celebrating his 76th birthday. He is said to have died from natural causes.
Me, I get up in the morning, I say my prayers, I do my workout, I call 100 overweight people a day, get them motivated and inspired, I teach classes. You know, this is what God wanted me to do until he takes me to that little aerobic studio in the sky.
So sad to lose him. I remember him so fondly from the 80s. He was just everywhere. And I listened to that Missing Richard Simmons podcast, and it did get a little stalkery at the end, I've got to be honest. But when it was talking about his life up until the point he disappeared, like he had a gym, Simmons, that he still used to teach at, and people would come there religiously, and he'd be, as he said, calling people individually to keep them on their weight loss journey. Like, he really cared so deeply about people and was still really connected in a non-celebrity way. And I think everybody sort of got their piece of him, and eventually he just decided, like, I need to actually step into my own space here.
An absolute icon. I can tell you, my wife was on her phone before I was this morning, and her first piece of news to me was Richard Simmons died, and then she mentioned Trump, but the first was Richard.
Yeah, he meant a lot to a lot of people. It's
and
really
I think
sad.
because he had lost the weight himself, right? He'd been there, not like sort of Jane Fonda, who was just doing it for the
And who doesn't feel good when someone goes, "You're fabulous," you know? Great energy.